Good morning. People were trying to keep me from getting online. Jeez. I haven't even been to sleep yet. I'm tired. Been out all night. There's your boy right there, Aaron Hernandez. And he has allegedly, oh man, Nicole B is up. This man was allegedly sending love letters, or he wrote 3 letters. One is baby mama, the girl he's engaged with, his daughter, and to a prison inmate lover. And these 3 letters. Now, yeah, I was. Man, we just got back. To be honest. All y'all that subscribe, make sure you check that you're subscribed and that you still got notifications from me. Because, they doing this thing, so make sure you still notified and you getting the notifications. That's another important thing. No, I didn't find Fetty's chain, man. This dude wrote a love letter to a prison inmate lover. A prison inmate lover. He wrote 3 letters in prison. He wrote 1 letter to his daughter, 1 letter to his fiance, and 1 to a inmate that's in the prison who I guess was his alleged lover. Now they saying that he lived a double life and that the Lloyd death could have been because Lloyd knew his secret. They saying he lived a double life outside of the NFL and now he was murdering to keep it a secret. So it's amazing how they come to this conclusion just by reading a letter. So I was bringing that all to y'all attention. It could be a smear campaign. Because out of all the 3 letters, this the only letter that really jumped everybody like, whoa. It's like, this dude was doing that? Then people starting to look at all the photos and say, well, I don't know. He could have been. He could have been. He looked kind of sweet. He did have on a pink tie one time. I'm like, oh man. Wow. Well, everybody blamed the COs immediately. The lawyer right now is getting ready to put a case together to sue them for negligence. So that process is already in play. Trying to sue them for negligence. They said he wrote a Bible verse on his forehead. John 3:16. He wrote some with a red pen. He wrote some red stuff around his ankles, his toes, trying to mimic Christ in the crucifixion. He put a bed sheet around his neck twice, wrapped it around one bar. I don't know how he was able to hang himself when the bar is not that high. You know, I think he could probably put his feet on the ground and still be all right. Well, I don't know. They're going to test his brain to see if he has CTE. I never really saw him take that many massive hits. But some people say it could only take one blow. And you could be messed up for the rest of your life. But everybody like, man, I know this dude did it. Oh, he did that. Anytime somebody say something about him, they like, he did it. Yeah, he was in there smashing booty. Smashing booty. But it's funny that everyone blames the correctional officers immediately for negligence and saying that it's the correctional officers' fault. Immediately. The COs killed him. They did everything. I just want to see the reports. Nobody really put out any reports yet. The investigation should be closed. They ruled his death a suicide already, and that was that. So, and I guess in this letter, one of the three letters, the one he wrote to his daughter, the one he wrote to his girlfriend, his fiance, but the letter he wrote, the only thing they're telling us is that it's to a inmate in the prison that they believe is his lover. And that's all they would tell us about that letter. First off, Aaron Hernandez isn't that bright to say that. He killed her so his daughter can get the millions. If that was the case, he could have killed himself a long time ago. Why would he wait till he beat one case and then say, okay, I beat that case, let me go ahead and kill myself? As soon as he filed the appeal, he could have killed himself and his daughter would have got the money. There's a possibility you would have been getting a reduced sentence or getting out of jail. You got the best attorney in the game. You got the Hispanic Johnny Cochran. He getting everybody off. Well, yeah, people are saying that because they just learning about the money. So in their mind, oh, he did that so she can get the money. I'm like, you think Aaron Hernandez was thinking about, yeah, see, if I kill myself, then my daughter get this, and then I get that? No, why would they tell you that? They getting ready to appeal your case. Well, see, that's the only way he can get the money. Because he appealed the second case. You're right. Why appeal the second case? You're absolutely right. I know what you're saying. The one that he actually won. That's what you're talking about. But here's the deal. You said Blade the movie. What do you mean? Oh yeah, that'll be something else. He was gay for the stay. Oh man, y'all crazy. My man was gay for the stay. Aaron Hernandez, a football great. The Patriots just want this to be over with. They want this chapter to be over with. He was a 4th round draft pick that turned out to be a superstar pickup. Who knew how long, or maybe he did have CTE, but his numbers were incredible on the football field. Now, I don't know what he did outside the court. I don't really have a say. I just don't. It's hard for me to wrap my head around him just committing suicide. You know, things, you look at logical things. It's like, why would they just kill themselves? Just like that. So, yeah, we'll wait till the test comes out, see if he has CTE and things of that nature. Because, you know, who waits 4 years? You know, why would he wait to now to do it? It just doesn't make sense. Grunk is wild, man. He probably did. I mean, that's the thing. See, him and Grunk were friends. Because they both played the same position. Except for Hernandez could play the outside, the inside. He could play wide receiver. They could line him up. He had the speed of a running back. He was incredible. Yeah, Gronk was more physical. He was more finesse. See, the thing was, with Junior Seau waited so long because these things started to show up later in Junior's career from the effects of the blows. See, it don't happen like immediately. This stuff takes time. So for Junior Seau, it was a whole different scenario altogether. It just immediately was taking its toll on him and breaking him down. So that's the difference there. Don't forget, make sure you guys subscribe to the page and make sure the notification is working. Some people are not getting notifications again. Oh, this a dollar sign shirt. The mighty dollar. It's funny. Everybody say the Giants win in the bowl as soon as something comes out. Every time. They start right off. We finna win the bowl. So I'm guessing you guys got the notification. The Raptors suck. Tell us something we don't know. I got money on it. Big money. All right, Nicole B. That's what's up. Everybody's talking bad about Aaron Hernandez because he's dead, and they feel like you can keep dumping on Aaron Hernandez. You know, but this thing here with this lover situation, everybody's looking like, hey man, something's wrong here. Peace to you too, Marcus Holmes. Aaron Hernandez had a situation where he had a prison lover. They found the letters, 3 letters, right next to the Bible. He had a Bible he had in his cell. He had 3 letters sitting right down there, right next to to his cell. So now they're saying he had a prison lover in the cell. They saying they didn't want to give us details about what was in the letter, but he had a prison lover. CTE, if you watch the movie Concussion, it's the amount of fluid that gets stuck on the brain they can't really remove, or it's just there and it's doing all kind of damage to you because you got fluid that you can't get off your brain, and it's basically brain damage from multiple concussions over and over again from impact of football. A lot of NFL players committed suicide. If you saw the Will Smith movie Concussion, it explained it. He's about the doctor that discovered this because they didn't even know what to call it. But he apparently wrote a letter to his daughter, one to his fiance that he's dating, and a letter to some inmate lover. That's all the information they put out. How much of this is true right now, nobody really knows. And now they're trying to insinuate that this could have been the reason that Lloyd died because he knew the secret double life of Aaron Hernandez. They have sensationalized this to the end, and it's gotten out of hand, in my opinion. I think it's gotten way out of hand. It's gotten kind of crazy. Oh yeah, Mike Knight. I'm going to do a whole The Last Jedi rundown. I'm going to talk to the Star Wars fans, and I'm going to tell them we're going to go live in the chat one day, and we finna do it I don't think I'm going to do it today. I think probably tomorrow or something like that. We got time. We'll do it. Well, you miss Aaron Hernandez writing letters allegedly to a prison inmate lover before he died. Now, the prison is saying, like, this is what happened. They finna launch the investigation. So basically, you gotta wait till all this stuff plays out. I'm just shocked this even was brought up. You know, he wrote 3 letters. One to his daughter, who's 4 years old. And basically, he's been locked up since she was a little baby. And then you got... Hold on. Okay. There we go. I'm sorry, something popped up on my screen. And I'm like, what is this? I don't know if he was the male one or the female one. I'm going to assume he was the male one. And I'm going to assume, hopefully, either way, right, they're rewriting the movie right now. They had already written this movie out, then they heard about a letter. Writing it all, scratching that out. His gay lover. His true love. His obsession. His passion is why he killed, to protect his secret. Lloyd knew his secret, and he knew he would go out and tell the world. He must have been silenced about his double life. They're writing this stuff up as they go along. And now they already had it written out how he plotted to take out the man because he was a gangster. Yeah, they call him Lee Daniels now. Oh, somebody got the notification. Ronette Turner got a notification. Way to go. See, I didn't say anything because I wanted to see who was getting the notifications. I haven't been to sleep yet. I'm tired as could be, man. Up all night should be my whole DNA. No sleep, crew, baby. We keep it moving. What's wrong with this shirt? This shirt is lit. This shirt is lit. That's what I wanted to know. How he gonna write 316 verse on his head and all of these things, and then he's gone. People said he had beef with somebody in prison. That could be true. That could be false. I made up Michael Jordan stats, though you saw it on the television screen. So if somebody's stats was off, blame the TV. Don't blame me. How you gonna blame me like I'm the director of the program that was on television? They're returning his brain over to Boston University. The investigation's over. That whole thing is over. They're not gonna have to go to court over that. They have no disagreement in what the family requested. They're sending his brain over to Boston University. We already talked about that with Tom Brady in the video. Not making that video anymore. So I already told you everything about that video inside of the live chat. Vet the information first. I'm telling you the information that's out around the world right now. And you're telling me go vet the information? Are you serious? That's very funny. What I'm supposed to do? Go to the prison and interview Twan. Hey, I'm Twan, and I like booty. And I told him, I said, look, I like you. Now we can do this the easy way or the hard way. But either way it go, I'm getting booty. Man, booty more important than water. So, I'm gonna go interview him and lock down in a cell with him. Are you crazy? I don't care about this interview. They put you in this cell with me. Now we gonna need to do this the easy way or the hard way. I'll be like, booty more important than water. He'd be like, you know what? What? I like shit. And this is what's gonna happen. Oh man. Booty was more important than water. I'm like, if you see that and you still sagging your pants, I'm like, how could you sag your pants after looking at something like that? Ain't no way I could sag my pants. Yeah, we think that's sexy style. I guess that's the street style. And here, that's sexy when you wear your pants off your ass. I'll be like, I ain't sagging my pants. That cured me right there. Anybody thought about sagging need to watch that video. They want you to sag. Nobody know if he was the male one or the female one. I'm just going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he was the male one. Look, I like shit. Now, we can either do this the easy way or the hard way. But I'm getting some booty. Man, booty more important than water. You know, I like my salad tossed. Some prefer syrup or jelly. I prefer jelly. It was over. The tossed salad, man, Fleece Johnson, they should put that on every school. Anytime you got one of those bad detention schools, be like, man, all y'all headed to prison. I don't care about no prison. All right, watch this video. This is a guy named Fleece Johnson in jail. He's waiting on you. He the guy you gonna see when you go in. Hey, I'm Fleece, and all y'all look sexy. And I'm gonna tell you like this here. I like shit. Oh man, that would cure everything. People stop gang banging. It'll be over. Ain't how could you do it after that? Booty more important than water. Who would say something like that? Fleece Johnson. But if this was like something they did to destroy this man's character, I don't know why they even went this route. It was totally not necessary to do. He was already gone for murder and getting ready to appeal his case. So they already had a story written up for him. So my thing is, do y'all like Aaron Hernandez as a football player? I mean, yeah, it's a lot of... See, here's the thing. There's a lot of football players. There's a lot of football players that had a lot of bad past. Football players that's gang bang. You look at DeRozan, he was a Crip. Now he's an NBA basketball player. So a lot of these players right now are gang banging. You got Deshaun Jackson, you got them all in gangs, and then they become professional football players. So now you just gang banging and still holding on to the gang banging and still, you know, doing your thing. They already signed him. They knew he was better than Grunk. They signed him to a $40 million extension for 2 years before it was even time. Because that's how they didn't want to lose Aaron Hernandez. But here's the thing. This guy had a lot of off-the-field incidents with dealing with people because of the guys he rode with. He ain't take no crap now. People was starting with him and he would finish it. That's just how it was. Well, those are different times. Very different and difficult times. So, people grow up in these different environments where they put in a situation where you become a product of the neighborhood. These are the people you grew up with. So you're not looking at them as, this is a killer, this is a drug dealer, they doing this, because you grew up knowing them. You've been seeing them your entire life. So now that you've been seeing these people your entire life, you're not going to look at these people as criminals or bad people or what they doing is wrong and this and that. You like, look, this is it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it is. And then if you happen to come up or get a better job and make it somewhere, those people should be like, look, he made it out the hood. Let him go be the best person he could do. Hopefully he opens some avenues to, you know, come bring us up, because we didn't have that chance to really get to this situation. See, that's what people forget, is that you might have had a great support system at home. You might have had mom, dad, you know, blue collar work. I had that. There was good family stability at home to make sure, like, we weren't going to go out there and gangbang. We wasn't finna do this, do that. Most people didn't have that. They had their mama that was on crack. Parent, daddy ain't around. You know, just family told them they gonna be nothing. They never got nothing. You know, you can't expect that person to turn around and be, embracive, love the world. They seen the best of everything. These people didn't grow up like you. Y'all could grow in the same neighborhood and be entirely different. And he depended on the streets as his family and his education and everything. So he might not have that same background. So when you look at them do something wrong and try to judge them and be like, man, look, you know right from wrong. You know, you looking at I came from the same area and I made it out. Look at me. Did you have the same background as this guy over here? Oh, he knows right from wrong. He's 20-something years old. He knows what he's doing. See, and when you have that, like, I made it out, they're going to have to learn how to make it out, too. Not nearly enough, Brian Wallace. Not nearly enough. But that's how the scenarios go. So when somebody makes it out and they turn their back on somebody like that because they feel like, screw them. Stephen A. Smith don't sound like that. Stephen A. Smith don't sound like, you got to go back and help the brothers. I mean, no disrespect to those in the neighborhoods that's trying to do the right thing. But come on, Max Kellerman, come. I'm supposed to forgive that kind of behavior? No. They know better. They knew better when they was breaking in that house. Ain't that right, Max? Tell me I'm wrong. You know, ladies and gentlemen, you know I never lose my conduct. But I must say, if the pot and the kettle is both black, then it might be a black problem. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Max Kellerman. That's all I'm saying. No way. And the thing is, Stephen A. Smith is a great guy. Like, every time I've met him, he's been nothing but outstanding, great personality, everything. It's just that he's the type of guy who cowers up when it's time to stand and be a man for something. But he'll come out and critique everything wrong a black guy is doing. But when they come like, Steve, yeah, you went over the line. Michelle Beadle, the white woman, almost cost him his job. What did he do? It's against their policy at ESPN to speak ill of another employee. It is against their protocol. It's not tolerated, and nor does it accept it. You cannot talk about another colleague if you work for ESPN. It is in your contracts, all of them. What does she do? She talks about Stephen A. Smith sticking up for Ray Rice. And he got suspended. He never said one word about that woman. He went on television and apologized that they took his word out of context. He didn't say anything wrong, but he had to apologize for saying nothing wrong. Oh, that 50 Cent video been up for a while. I would say for the past 20 minutes. Of course, what he said was right. But they want you not to focus on what he's saying that was right. I'm not going to beat a woman. Not at all. But I will use my self-defense techniques. Throw. Make sure they don't hit me. When they come with that maneuver, catch their arms. I told you, I got a friend. I did the hood story already. He was in jail. He was in county jail. Matter of fact, I can't even say he was my friend. But anyway, he was in the county jail because he was arguing with his girl and she fell down the first 3 steps. They got 3 steps that go down to the door, then the rest of them is like steps all the way down. She fell down the first little 3 steps and he laughed at her. Good, that's what your goofy ass get. And she called 911 on him and said he pushed her down the step. And he got arrested. And he was like, stop playing. Now, that's why I'm going to call 911 so they can come lock you up. He was like, don't be playing like that because they trying to get me. So she was like, I'm going to come lock him up and the mom going to go bail him out. It was like, nah, you ain't finna do that. They was like, we were looking to get him. The dude had it in for him. So they told her, like, either he stay arrested and you sign this paperwork, or you going in here for filing a false police report. Somebody going to jail. And so she signed the papers for domestic violence. So he had to fight a case that was so stupid. And he was in jail. She's sitting there trying to bail him out. And he was like, don't bail me out. Leave me in here. Leave me in here because I'm going to be in here for murder. I'm going to be in here for murder. Leave me in jail. So he was scared of Odin Lloyd's goons. All I know is Odin Lloyd's. Now they saying the third letter was for his lawyer and not a prison lover. Well, I hope not. I mean, that's a shame that when you die, you know, they still throwing dirt on your name. I would hate to pass away and somebody throw a dildo right by my body. Look, he died with a dildo next to him. I'll be like, man, come on. Then there'd be some stupid people on YouTube like, see, I told you. I never saw a woman in this video. I told you. Then he likes Star Wars too. And you know they some freaky people, them Star Wars people. Cause I know them two droids, R2 and what's his name, C3PO, them two was sleeping together. And he likes Star Wars a lot. Well, that's because letters are private. You know, so they're not just going to up and release somebody's prison letter on the internet. That's just way too much. I mean, they already did everything else. The only thing they could do is tell you, y'all like, no, he's not. Listen, Ernest Wallace, remember his co-defendant in the case of the Lloyd murder? This guy told detectives that Lloyd had called Hernandez a smoocher, which Hernandez and his friends took as a gay slur. Wallace is recorded as he was recorded during a jailhouse visit, telling Hernandez's cousin that Tanya Singleton, that he would not have helped Hernandez get rid of the murder weapon if he had not known that Hernandez was a limp wrist. Limp wrist mean this. Hernandez alleged longtime male lover, the high school friend, was interviewed exclusively by authorities after Lloyd's murder and was forced to testify in front of a grand jury. Law enforcement officials also say Hernandez moved large amounts of money into 3 accounts shortly before he got arrested for Lloyd's killing. One account was for his fiancée, a second one for his daughter, and the third one, where the most money was moved to, was for that friend. And they said he carried on a thug image in order to hide his sexuality. Then this story is even more tragic than we initially thought, because it meant in America and all of the toxic masculinity and male fragility that it perpetuates, it's at least partially complicit of these crimes. Didn't I tell you they're going to write this as they're going on? He was a Peter Puffer. Oh, gosh. What else they going to come up with? Now they saying these stories are getting wilder, you know. He left the 3 notes, and one to that gay, supposedly gay jailhouse lover, one to his 4-year-old daughter, and one to his fiance. I mean, what could the letter say? The first one to his lover, whatever you hear about this other guy, don't believe it. To his 4-year daughter, don't believe anything your mama tell you or this guy in jail. And what he gonna write to the guy in jail? Don't believe anything you hear about me having a daughter with a woman. What in the world is this? Now the LGBT, whatever, they gonna come up and start defending this guy in a minute now. He was a torn soul. He needed help. He should have come out and joined us. We would have supported him. They'd be, ma'am, he beat a guy half to death. He was tortured. The guy, that filth, was extorting him to expose his sexuality to the public. Oh, that poor Aaron Hernandez. He's a victim. Now, the chief medical examiner is a guy named Dr. Henry. Now, I cannot make that up. Performed an autopsy on Aaron Hernandez. And when he did that, the conclusion was that the death was suicide by asphyxiation by hanging. Now, an investigation by the state police was assigned to the district attorney's office, or the DOC investigators. They found a cardboard jammed into the door tracks of the inmate cell, which really ain't gonna stop nobody from getting in there. And there was no sign of a struggle, and of course the investigators determined that Mr. Hernandez was alone at the time when he decided to hang himself. He went in his cell about 8 p.m. and no one entered the cell until a correctional officer observed him at 3:03 a.m. and forced his way through the impeded door to render aid to him. Now, he was in the middle of the appeal. We all know this. In a statement that was issued Wednesday from Christopher Fallon from the Assistant Deputy's Commissioner's Office of Communications in Massachusetts, or whatever, the Department of Corrections, Hernandez attempted to block his cell with the cardboard thing with they called various items, which was nothing but cardboard under the door. So it ain't like that's going to stop anybody. There was no official word from prison officials on the alleged suicide. But the Daily Mail claims to have a source close to the investigation, of course. Everybody has that. Yep. And then I tell you, first why they say they killed Odin Lloyd. He killed Odin Lloyd because Odin Lloyd stole from him. He had embarrassed him, and he was a gangster. That's what they said. Now that they got this letter, now they rewriting the script. They erased the ending. Now they come with a whole new script. After reports came out Friday that Aaron Hernandez had left a suicide note addressed to a jailhouse lover, speculations as to where Hernandez's secret has began to circulate. Police sources are now confirming that Hernandez's closeted sexuality is being investigated as a possible motive in the murder of his friend Odin Lloyd. Why would police be investigating a case that's closed? That case is closed and he's already sentenced. So why would police be investigating that as a possible motive of the murder of Odin Lloyd? Why would he appeal? He's dead. The appeal was already in progress. All that was already determined, put to the side, done with. We know we're done. Hernandez alleged a long time ago, like, I guess to somebody, and they said that he had a lover outside on the streets, not just the one he got in prison. He had another one outside, and they said this was his longtime male lover from high school, and he was interviewed by authorities after the Lloyd murder. And this is from Newsweek. Newsweek. This is the trusted Newsweek. And he was forced to testify in front of a grand jury. Law enforcement officials said Hernandez moved a large amount of money into 3 accounts before he went in. He went into his girlfriend, his fiance, his daughter's account, and one to a third friend. Now, did this other friend get himself arrested so he could be in there with Aaron Hernandez too? Or is this a whole nother person that he left the letter to? Because it don't sound like he left a letter to the other guy. I don't know. LeBron James could be responsible for all of this. LeBron James probably took his commercial and drove him insane. You know, he probably had a commercial deal and LeBron came and did all that in. Oh, Johnson's here to put Klitschko out into the pastures and put him into retirement. That's all they doing. He's just here for his last money fight. Klitschko is going to be so scared of Johnson when that fight starts. He's going to be backpedaling. It's going to be a boring fight, and they're going to get rid of Klitschko. I don't know, man. I mean, bet on Berto. If I want to lose some money, I'll bet on Berto. I'm betting on Berto going down in a round. I'm just trying to get the right round. I pick 5. I'll say Berto going to be out in 5 rounds. Oh, yeah, he's beating Klitschko in a 12-round boring decision. Because Klitschko is not going to engage. He's going to be holding the right hand home. And now, this is the thing. They talk about Floyd Mayweather being boring, but this guy will bore you to sleep. I can't think of no high-action Klitschko fight ever. They're the most boringest people to ever watch do anything. It's like, this dude is so boring. I cannot deal with Klitschko. He's just completely ridiculous. Why are people in here talking about J. Edgar Hoover and the Black Panthers? What in the world is going on here? We went from Aaron Hernandez to the Black Panthers. All right, look, people, whatever this is, y'all trying to discuss, stop it. Or we gonna start throwing people out, and when people get thrown out, they can't come back. So let's chill and stay where we are, and that's Aaron Hernandez. All right. Now, do you think Aaron Hernandez killed people before? Well, he was just convicted on ESPN and Fox Sports 1. Yeah, I believe he killed people. Yeah, I believe he did it again. I'm like, y'all gonna say that on the air? That's just ridiculous. You haven't seen no evidence of anything. He had all kind of guns in his house. I know a lot of people with guns in their house.
Sexual desire. I mean, you have a bunch of men locked up. All of them get hard. All of them gets horny. All of them have sexual desires, right? So what they gonna do? You won't let them have a woman, so they gonna have, somebody's gonna give up some booty. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. Now, the most memorable story had come from Fleece Johnson. Just how important was booty? In this prison, booty. Booty was more important than food. Booty, a man's butt, was more, I'm serious, was more important than water. That boy just kept going on. Was more important than Beyonce to Destiny's Child. And on. Was more important than Michael Jackson is to Chris Brown. And on about that booty. Is more important than kissing a man in the mouth is to Lil Wayne. I see you, Weezy. I want you. And I like you. So, Mr. Johnson, what about you? did they hold any of your day-to-day life? All I wanted was man butt, Mr. Hale, and excuse me. I see they provide the prisoners with good bottles of sweet tea. I heard it's pretty good down there in the kitchen. So things can't really be that bad in here, right? Oh no, Mr. Hale, that's booty juice. Excuse me, son. Did you just say that's booty juice? Yes, sir. Well, booty juice is when you're in the shower with another man. What you do is you take a cup and you place it under the crack of his booty. So that way, once the soap suds, you know, sometimes I like them to use pina colada bathing gel, so that way it gives me a hint of coconut in the booty juice. You let the water collect into the cup. And then what you do is you add a half a teaspoon of sugar, a half a spoon of grape jelly, and then at the end you get some toilet liquor, and you add about 4 or 5 shots just for an extra kick. But depending on how many times he has washed his booty will depend on how flavorful the booty juice really is.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my my goodness. Stay out of prison, people. Stay out of prison. Stay out of prison. Now, according to Newsweek, there were notes reportedly found next to a Bible open to John 3:16. The same scripture that Hernandez is said to have written on his forehead in a marker that reads, "For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believed in him shall not perish but have eternal life." The Daily Mail reported that Hernandez had been planning suicide for a couple of weeks and had given away most of his personal belongings to other inmates. Additionally, the reports claimed Hernandez covered the floor and his ceiling in soap so that if he lost his nerve, he wouldn't be able to save himself, as he would slip around and not be able to land firmly on his feet. So now they're trying to explain now how he was able to hang himself when the cell is not high enough to hang a guy who's 6'4". Oh, I'm going to tell you all the details about The Last Jedi. No. Not here. We're going to do Star Wars later. Don't worry. We're going to do Star Wars at a different time. We ain't talking about right now. But on my Twitter, I will let you know when it's going down. Star Wars is anti-black. How you figure that? Lando Calrissian flew the Millennium Falcon. Darth Vader had the voice of a brother. He was a spiritual brother involved in the Force. You got Mace Windu, who was a black angry Jedi who sat on the council. He told everybody he felt there was a plan to destroy the Jedi. He was the first one that knew that something was going on. Yoda Yoda just think he know everything. He's that old crumply Jew who think nobody got nothing, they can say nothing over him. I'm Master Yoda. Say he did. Right? Right, I say. Highway or no way, Yoda. Lil Wayne just did an interview with Skip Bayless, like on Facebook Live or something. older than the sun, moons, and stars. So, what do y'all think about these letters? These sexual love letters. Are these sexual love letters realistic in your mind? Oh, we'll be tackling Star Wars at another time. Well, there is an investigation already being filed by Baez, the lawyer. He believes that negligence was used in, handling it in this situation. I feel bad for the correctional officers who had nothing to do with this because they finna get drugged through the mud. Yes, Aaron Hernandez is allegedly leaving love letters to a jail inmate, as well as a letter to his daughter and a letter that he left to his fiance. But he left a letter supposedly to a jail inmate lover. And the investigators was already saying that they were investigating him for thinking he killed Lloyd due to the fact that Lloyd was going to expose his secret about him living a double life. After the report came out Friday that Aaron Hernandez had left a suicide note addressed to a male jailhouse lover, all the speculations as to or whether or not he had a sexual secret to begin with, all that stuff started to circulate. And once that started to circulate, police sources said they are now confirming that Hernandez's closeted sexuality is being investigated as a possible motive for the murder of his friend Odin Lloyd. And my thing is this: why are you investigating a murder that is over with? It's done. Once he died, the case is closed. Once Hernandez died, the case was closed. That's an intimate relationship Hernandez had with a male former high school student, was the center of the investigation of the Lloyd murder, according to Newsweek. Ernest Wallace, who was a co-defendant in the Lloyd murder case, reportedly told detectives that Lloyd had called Hernandez a smoocher, which Hernandez and his homeboys took as a gay slur, according to Newsweek. Wallace was also recorded during a jailhouse visit telling Hernandez's cousin, Tanya Singleton, that he would not have helped Hernandez get rid of the murder weapon if he had known that Hernandez was a limp wrist. Limp wrist is one of these. Now, Hernandez's alleged longtime male lover, the high school friend, was interviewed extensively by authorities after Lloyd's murder and was forced to testify in front of a grand jury. The law enforcement officials also said Hernandez moved large amounts of money before he was arrested for the Lloyd killing. One was put in an account for his fiance, one was put in an account for his daughter, and the third of his money was moved into a friend. Nobody, was moved for that high school friend, that guy. And now they're saying Hernandez carried on this thug image in order to hide his sexuality. Then this story is more tragic than initially thought because it means that America has all the toxic masculinity and male fragility that it perpetuates, and at least particularly complicit in these crimes. We live in a society where men are not allowed to be viewed as less than manly for fear of being ostracized, or worse yet, are prosecuted. Oh, not prosecuted, but persecuted for who they are and who they love. Did the LGBT write this? If Hernandez was indeed trapped in a closet, the ending of his story is even more sadder than we imagined. Now we gotta feel sad for him. Now he's a gay victim. So now when you're a gay victim, it don't matter who you killed. Allegedly, you're a gay victim. That's all that matters now. I'll tell you, now the TV movie just got more interesting. Because now you're going to have gay people in here. Free him! He was a tortured soul! They were extorting him. The poor man. First it was, he's an animal. Now, he was gay and they were pressuring him. Oh my God! That poor man. See how things change in a day? Or in 10 seconds? You know, all he need to do is go to a black family reunion. And you had that one uncle. He'd be at the picnic. What you doing, boy? Yeah, I heard you out there doing your thing. I ain't gonna try to tell you what you want to do and all that. But you like booty? Hey, man, that's your thing, man. You know, hey, yeah. That's your thing, man. You like booty, man. But, hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Girls got a booty too, man. That's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to put it out there. Girl got a booty too. Well, I got to be a guy booty. You get that one family member who ain't scared to go up there. No, I'm going to talk to him. Heard you a pillow bottom. Oh, man. Well, the thing is YouTube is going through this new process. Who knows how long before it gets fixed? They say a couple of weeks, but it is what it is. Better than McDonald's. It's not a Carcino video if he ain't eating something. Man, I gotta go shopping. Like hungry hippos, baby. No, I don't watch the Boondocks. Because I don't smoke weed. Mm-hmm. I've seen an episode before, the Boondocks. I knew the artist that made it. Yeah, man, that was my boy passed away, so we all get together, you know, and honor him and all this stuff. So it was all love. Seeing people I ain't seen in years. You know, they still alive, still out of jail, looking good. Everybody going to the gym now. When I was going to the gym, nobody wanted to go to the gym. I mean, but think about Aaron Hernandez's daughter. She's 4 years old. When she gets older, she got to learn that her father was a murderer, a convicted murderer, an alleged gay ring, closet homosexual. There's going to be a movie about his life. That's going to have him involved with some guy, then murdering another guy. How much damage is done? No amount of money can make up for that. You know somebody in school, whether it's a rich school or a poor school, you always got that one over-aggressive student. Hey, what's up? Oh, your daddy used to love the poopy shoot. Your dad's a poopy shoot guy? I heard they used to put helmets on and go hut 1, hut 2, hut 3. Hike. Why do gay people want children? Well, they want a lot of rights that regular people have. They want to be viewed as a race. I'm one of the people that fought against that. I don't believe there's such thing as a race of homosexuals, in which it isn't. Yet, they want to fight for the rights to have the same rights that belongs to a race of people. And they promote themselves as a race of people. When you can be Chinese, Asian, black, anything you want to do. And then they want to compare their conditioning as if they're being discriminated against and blame and compare that to blacks' pain. It's just like slavery. And I was at the meeting when they were trying to get some things done, and I was against them, and I fought against the homosexuals and protested against their claims, because their claim, what they were trying to do at the time, was not right. And I'm like, okay, what you're fighting for right now is the fact that you want rights that pertains to a group of people. Like, they're trying to get funding that's like for African American struggles, African American. They want people to get donations just because they're gay. I'm like, now you're exceeding that. First you're saying you're fighting against discrimination. I agree with you. Nobody should be discriminated against for their sexuality, for their racial, anything. But that doesn't put you above anybody either. That don't put you above anybody. You have to follow the rules just like everyone else. If you don't want to be discriminated against because you're gay, that's perfectly normal, and I agree with that 100%. But we're not going to give you credit for being gay. We're not going to give you an upper hand because you're gay either. And then they tried to say, well, it's just like the way they persecuted us was just like how they did us in slavery. Really? Did I see somebody hanging homosexuals outside? Did I see somebody whipping them and beating them? And no. What are they talking about? And I'm like, you can hide being homosexual. You got a choice. Stay in the closet. Come on out. We can't hide being black. Everywhere you go, you're black. So I made too much sense. I made too much sense where I was talking. So they decided not to invite me back for the next town meeting. Hence why I don't live in that town. What a man wants to do with his own body is their own business. I don't get involved in it. I mean, I don't work in law enforcement. It's not my job to enforce the law. What they want to do is their business. If Aaron Hernandez wanted to lay up with another man, that's his prerogative. All I can control, 7-Up is poison? All I can do is control what I do. Ooh, that sauce is hot. I asked for mild. Woo. Now, in my household, that would not be tolerated. Do I believe he killed someone? I don't know. I didn't do the investigation. In Iran, you know how many homosexuals are in Iran? Zero. And they say, no, they probably are. They just afraid. So I'm like, they can hide, right? We can't hide being black. But yet, you want to compare that to us. And I love how they gloss over slavery. Notice they never compared to being Jewish. Nobody compared themselves to the Holocaust. It's just like the Holocaust. No, no, we can't talk about the Holocaust. We must show respect to the Holocaust. But they will promote it. Talk about slavery. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't like to compare suffering. Suffering is suffering no matter what race, nationality. Nobody should be made to suffer. I don't say, hey, man, I suffered for 14 years. Man, I suffered for 100 years. You suffered longer than me. But suffering is suffering. Seven Up is a purpose drink. I need this to help me burp and get my body back organized. Armand, you got one more time to put something like that, whatever that is, on the page. Cut that out. If you're not going to contribute to the chat, then don't. And he's gone. Oh, we already went through that. The fight is Hatley and Charlo. They almost got, the two families almost had a fight in the hotel. Go watch the live chat I did and you'll get caught up and you'll find out everything about the Birdo fight. I ain't even worried about Birdo fight. I'm there for Hatley and Charlo because them two don't like each other at all. A lot of people believe it's a cover up. They're trying to cover up his death. And that they just made this story up. Everton is finna pass them. Stoke City probably gonna pass them. Whenever you fall down there with Stoke City and you fall down with the likes of the rest of those other guys, are you kidding me? No way. Stoke City. It's like, are you serious? Yeah, the Blackhawks got swept. The number 1 seed got swept. Do you know why they got swept? They got swept because they weren't already prepared. They wasn't ready. People have been trying to get them for the longest. Everton is gonna be they're better than Arsenal. But you're right, they do suck. They're trying to find Aaron Hernandez's gay lovers. Do I have any gay friends? Not that I know of. If any of my friends are gay, I don't know anything about it. Now they want to know if this is like one of his homeboys. They want to know if one of his homeboys who testified against him in court was one of his former gay friends. Alexander Bradley, who pointed the finger and fingered his boy out in court, Aaron Hernandez. Now, to me, he looked like the guy that did it. If I'm going off appearance, I'll be like, look at his crazy eyes. That looked like the dude that could do it. He told me to pull up so we could do the drive-by. Now, allegedly, people want to know if that's his gay lover. See, it's everywhere. Henny and Red Bull. Why would somebody do that to themselves? You just asking to die. That's dumber than that guy trying to down a whole bottle in the nightclub and end up killing himself. Well, my girl is mad at me right now. I think she wanted us to go out, and I wasn't having it. She always mad at me. See, we're at the stage where people are. We at the stage where people, women are jockeying for position. She want to see how much she can push, and how much stuff you gonna take. But snitches in court. You're right. Each one teach one. It's like each one teach 10. Snitching in court. There he is right there. Can you point to the man you see right now that told you to pick up? There he is right there. He did it. That was his last day being free. They took him down, and the rest was history. Well, he's free now. But let's pull up everything this snitch said. Let's see what this snitch man said. First snitch show up with the lawyer. See, the snitch was facing time too. So when the snitch is facing time, some people do stuff they got to do. Is what they call, we had to do what we had to do. So they always willing to make a deal. So snitch wanted to make a deal. Yeah, a lot of people think because, man, I went to jail, I ain't snitch. You got your time reduced because you snitched. You was going to have to do time. And the judge didn't believe him. They was like, you trying to snitch to get out of the case. That they shot into a guy's BMW.
He acted in a manner, like a tough guy all the time. Like, is the way I would explain it. He didn't really like people staring at him. He had a problem with things that most people don't have a problem with. He bumped into Mr. Hernandez, and his drink splashed up and spilled on Mr. Hernandez, and some got on myself as well.
How much of the drink? A lot of it or a little? Or
Just like a splash, more or less. He wound up saying, yo. Again. And then they turned, and then he started firing rounds into their vehicle.
Did he say something before he fired?
Before he fired the gun, he was like, what's up now? And he started firing shots. After they turned, because originally they didn't know we were there, so after he got their attention by saying, yo, when they turned, he said, what's up now? And started firing shots into the car.
How many shots did you hear fired?
He fired 5 shots, 5 rounds. Like a tough guy all the time. Like, is the way I would explain it. He didn't really like people staring at him. He had a problem with things that most people don't have a problem with. He bumped into Mr. Hernandez, and his drink splashed up and spilled on Mr. Hernandez, and some got on myself as well.
How much of the drink? A lot of it or a little? Or
just like a splash, more or less. He wound up saying, yo, again. And then they turned, and then he started firing rounds into their vehicle.
Did he say something before he fired?
Before he fired the gun, he was like, what's up now? And he started firing shots. After they turned, because originally they didn't know we were there, so after he got their attention by saying, yo, when they turned, he said, what's up now? And started firing shots into the car.
How many shots did you hear fired?
He fired 5 shots, 5 rounds.
Wow. If that ain't snitching, I don't know what is. Woo!
We have a wavelength. Some feels.
Now, if somebody's over there telling lies, Exactly.
Not right.
Can we just sleep on the sofa? Or we could sleep in the same bed, but just...
Now, his fiance spoke at the trial. Let's hear how she did.
Fiance Cheyenne Jenkins Hernandez takes the witness stand. Jenkins outlining her history with Hernandez from high school up until now, confirming that he's the father of her 4-year-old daughter. She also details Hernandez's relationship with Alexander Bradley, who has previously testified he was behind shot and killed Daniel De Abreu and Safiro Furtado in Boston's South End on July 16, 2012.
2011 into 2012. What kind of cars was Mr. Hernandez driving?
2011 to 2012?
Yes.
Let's see. There was the 4Runner and the Range Rover.
The silver Toyota 4Runner is the SUV which is allegedly tied to the murders. Jenkins confirmed she did notice the car missing that summer. Jenkins says she was in Florida between July 15th and 16th of 2012 and doesn't recall getting a call from Hernandez the morning of the alleged murders.
Ms. Jenkins Hernandez, would it be unusual for Aaron Hernandez to call you at 2:37 in the morning?
Not necessarily.
Jenkins acknowledging she found a gun in a junk drawer of their home and confronted Hernandez about it.
Weren't you concerned as to why Aaron Hernandez would have a gun in your home with your child?
Concerned maybe, but bothered, no.
That's right. She gonna right. You gonna try to. That's how you do. That's a stand-up woman right there. They trying to lead her into saying that. Don't you feel concerned for your daughter's safety with a gun in the house? Like they ain't got a gun in the house to protect somebody. She look like Bow Wow. Huh. Peace from the UK. What's up, UK? Oh yeah, I get rid of the trolls real quick. They can come right on ahead and get knocked right on out. We have no problems and get rid of trolls. Troll patrol. We try to give them a chance to add something to the chat, add some of tangibility to the chat.
Tap out a beast.
Oh, okay. I won my appeal. Yay. I always got to fight to keep my videos. It's entirely stupid. They made me wait a month for a video that doesn't even make sense. Well, thank you very much for restoring my video that you shouldn't have touched in the first place. Jeez, man. If you know how much of this stuff I got to go through every day. I don't like your face. My friend doesn't like your face either. I got the death sentence on 3 systems. No, this was a Nicki Minaj and her team that did this thing here. This had them written all over it. That's what I think he's talking about. So y'all ready for it tomorrow? Well, tonight, the fight. The fight tonight on HBO with Andre Berto and Sean Porter. But I already told y'all that's not even the fight. The fight of the night is going down between Jermell Charlo and Charles Hatley. Charles Hatley is one of Adrian Broner's people. You know, and it's been a lot of trash talk. Both families are fighting. It's been crazy. Crazy. It's going down. Dallas versus Houston, Texas. It's on Showtime. I want to say Dallas.
Placid plant eaters like Dicynodonts.
So this was after the weigh-in because these two don't like each other. The families don't like each other. It's crazy.
In my weight and height, I didn't want no smaller fighters. I make that shit look easy. Stay tuned.
All right, Hadley, thank you so much. Appreciate it, guys. There you had it. I bet you there's going to be some more drama. When I get out of here and the Charlo sees me, I guarantee you have something to say. I'm gonna just walk by them.
Charlo side and the Hatley side. So it's going down.
I've been working on this fight here my whole life. Not for months, my whole life. Yeah. You know, I've been on this fight here for like, what, 3 years? You know, I've been wanting this fight. If it wasn't another fight in boxing that I would want better than I want this one. Sean Porter.
Why are you suing Don King?
Shut up. I'm going to make you happy. Shut up. Thanks.
Houston, Texas, 28. We know.
Hey, look, I want to first thank God for this opportunity as finally presenting this up to me. And the first twins, or I want to be the first set of twins to win history last year and defend the title. My brother will be working my corner. I'm super excited about that, to announce that he'll be assistant chief second in the corner. So that's super dope to me. And we don't know what's going on with Charles Hatley and his team. They sue each other, they fight each other, sue each other, they fight against each other like lions. So I can only run. We heard, you dig? And the Charles has not been here, and we're going to stay here, and we're not going nowhere. And I hope they get that situation straight. I heard some money or something like that.
Anytime you talk, the cameras come in play.
Yeah. You ain't fighting. You're not fighting.
I'm fighting him on the team.
So, so listen, and I also want to say that this has been one of the best camps of my life. Big shout out to everybody that I've trained with. I've trained with people out in California, Ricky and Tenguza and Jim. I've also got a lot of experience over there. I trained with Derek James, who's my main guy. And he put the front line on with Earl Spence. You know, we stepped it up. And he's been dropped out of the camp. We're going to go there. But he didn't mention that either. But, you know, we got the game plan right now. We got something that, you know, podcast or whatever it is. But you know what? Besides that, I'm happy to be here once again. Lou DeVella's done an awesome job. Heyman has done an awesome job. My team, my uncle, who's been with me, you know, since a little boy, but, you know, really got real tough in camp with me. And it's the biggest I've ever been. Because I learned this from my brother. and this is the strongest and the fastest. And he said, Charles, have me calling up one of your amateur coaches that started you off in the game to be your coach, to be my coach, because he can't work the corner. I said, what? You know what? What y'all gonna do? If you feel like that dude gonna beat me, then go help him work the corner. We didn't need that many people in camp.
You going to sleep Saturday night.
You know what I'm saying? And we got our team, and I'm very happy to see my team and my family and everybody that's been working with me.
You're going to sleep Saturday night. You're going to sleep Saturday night.
I've been to
California, texting the girl.
Yeah. Texting the girl,
You're going to sleep Saturday night.
I guarantee you won't last long with me.
You're going to sleep Saturday night.
You're going to sleep Saturday night.
Face off, thank you guys. All right, guys, let's look to the cameras. Let's face the cameras right here in the center, guys. Guys, right here.
And right here after.
One more for Amanda right here, guys.
Oh, the beef is real. Cause what's his name? He ain't for all this talking. He's like, all y'all do is talk. And we show. He's like, man, these Charlos, all they is talk.
You know, the world didn't need another hybrid.
This is the fighter I want to see, because these two dudes don't like each other.
In America.
Now, I'm supposed to miss a fight like that? Now, you think them two ain't finna fight? Them two finna try to take each other head off.
Will tell me to turn my.
I'll go see that lame movie with her later. But not now. What's up? So has everybody seen it? With Aaron Hernandez, supposedly he left 3 notes, and one of them to a prison inmate lover, saying that he lived a double life. He was also a homosexual. A lot of people think that his friend here, who snitched on him in court, was actually a homosexual also. That he snitched on Aaron Hernandez live in court. Well, when you take her out, make sure you get her back in before 11. Tell her I'll see her Sunday.
He acted in a manner, like a tough guy all the time. Like, is the way I would explain it. He didn't really like people staring at him. he had a problem with things that most people don't have a problem with. He bumped into Mr. Hernandez, and his drink splashed up and spilled on Mr. Hernandez, and some got on myself as well.
How much of the drink? A lot of it or a little, or?
No, just like a splash, more or less. He wound up saying yo again, and then they turned, and then he started firing rounds into their vehicle.
Did he say something before he fired?
Before he fired the gun, he was like, "What's up now?" And he started firing shots. After they turned, because originally they didn't know we were there, so after he got their attention by saying yo, when they turned, he said, "What's up now?" and started firing shots into the car.
How many shots did you hear fired?
He fired 5 shots, 5 rounds.
Wow. Wow, Megan. You see this? Crazy. Now Aaron Hernandez, everybody's going, the police saying they were investigating him now. It's everywhere now. Think I'm joking? It is everywhere. Aaron Hernandez, Jay's secret.
A new twist in Mel B's divorce is shocking fans. The singer was spotted at a storage unit.
Now it's going to be like this is the next story. Aaron Hernandez. Did he really want to sleep with Tom Brady? Look how he's looking at Tom. He really liked you, Tom. He's going to be, Tom, I like you. Now, we could either do this the easy way or the hard way. But you're going to give up some booty. Oh my goodness. You know, and here's the thing. We really don't know what's true, what's false, what's sad and what's tragic here are the children. His 4-year-old daughter, when she grows up, she's got to hear that her father was a murderer and now he was possibly caught in a gay ring and all this stuff. No amount of money is gonna cover that up. That's the real tragedy. But of course, everybody's trying to blame the wife or the 2 sisters. You know, her sister was dating Lloyd. She was dating Aaron Hernandez. And that was his fiance. And they got a daughter together. And then the sister was dating Odin Lloyd. So now it's the correctional officer's fault. Nobody really knows what happened. But everybody said he's gay now. See, that's the thing. It's like, as soon as they seen it, there it is. Boom, he's gay. Just hands down. That's what I'm saying. If I go, note that I did not commit suicide, and if somebody throw a dildo by me or something, know that there was a sabotage by somebody. And yet and still, it'd be somebody online going, I told you! Nobody laughs that much at his own jokes. Something was wrong with him. I've seen Joe Budden show more tendencies than Aaron Hernandez. Now, people going to analyze every little photo, every little picture he was ever in. And it's sad. They said before he went to prison, they did an interview with his former high school lover, his gay high school lover. He put money in his account before he was arrested into his wife's account. He moved money into his daughter's account, and he moved the rest of his money into an account for his for this other person, this gay lover from school. And it's been terrible for his fiance, who had to appear in court time and time and time again. I just find it very strange that men who get acquitted in a trial go just automatically go ahead and commit suicide. Now the wife had him killed. Oh, goodness. The Aaron Hernandez movie rights will sell for multi-millions of dollars. This will be a home television movie. They're not going to put this on the big screen. How do you know what he did, Megan? You don't know what he did. Don't tell me you doing the hypocrisy too. He was in prison because he was already convicted of another murder. A murder of Olden Lloyd. He already was sentenced to life. That was another case with the death of two other inmates. They didn't have enough evidence to prosecute Aaron Hernandez. They had a word of a snitch who eventually the people didn't believe. He made one. Oh, you're well aware of the circumstances. Well, we're not. So because we're not, that's about as far as we go. Well, you're looking at a situation here where it's pretty damaging for Aaron Hernandez. But y'all talking to somebody, Megan, who might be a man, but I doubt it. She complains too much about anything. Well, they're blaming the COs and thinking that they violated negligence and things of that nature. Oh, I know. I believe you're a woman, Megan. Nobody complains that much. I can't find a guy that would complain that much about absolutely nothing. Only a woman does that. I mean, what do you call that much? Because y'all don't think anything is complaining. I don't complain. No, women just screwed up. They believe in fantasy. They believe a guy who's a thug. Y'all want the thugged out guy with the abs and all this stuff to just be the good, righteous guy that's going to pay his bills and love only you and do all this other stuff. You see, that's the women's problem. Women are good to get the guy they claim they want. Where are the good men at? The good men will be right there in front of you. They sitting there, they got a job, they pay their own bills, they not in debt. They want to take you to nice places, but you want the thug with the white t-shirt and the jeans hanging off his butt with the pelly pale coat and all this stuff. And like, what's up, boo? What it do? Ah! He's so fine. And then you lay up with them, and then absolutely you go. Then you want to go blame man for your problem. And then talk about ain't no good men out there. The good man was right in front of you. You blew it. Then you turn around and blame all men. And I'm like, the good dude is right there. And see, women know it too. The good dude will still be their friend. They'll keep them around. Be like, he's good. He's my friend. He doesn't want me to go. Be like, I actually do. But yeah, if I'm already spent this much time, I might as well keep going. Maybe one day she feels sorry for me. No, I'm sorry, Sarah. We've been here a long time. You arrived at the 2-hour, 30-minute mark. We've already covered Aaron Hernandez 16,000 times over. So tell us about yourself, Sarah. What do you want to hear about? We'll definitely recap it for you. The floor is yours, Sarah. Well, we told us about Aaron. If it wanted to be, the floor was hers. No, I don't say some women. I say some women when it pertains to some women. But when I say women, I mean all y'all. When I say some women, that means it pertains to some. So when I made that analogy, that was for all women. All women don't say what they want. All women want to hear what they want to hear. That's one of y'all main problems. See, a man hungry, the man say, I'm hungry, I want something to eat. I'm sleepy. I want to watch TV. I want to go to the movies. I want to watch the game. We're very direct. Women don't do that. Women go, I feel like doing something today. Are you going to wear that? Do you like my dress? Do I look fat? They don't want to hear truth or reality. They want to hear what they want to hear. Woman say, I want to do something. Don't you feel like doing something? Meaning that I'm not cooking. Don't you dare ask, and you better take me to go get something to eat. I'm just saying. Women do that. That's exactly what happens. They like going out, doing all these things. They were probably doing them before you met them. See, that's why I'm going to talk about guys in a second. Exactly. Women want you to lie to them. Women want to hear exactly what they want to hear. That's the difference. They'll say, don't lie to me ever. Meaning, lie to them, but tell them what they want to hear. Do you think that girl looked cute? I don't think she was cute at all. That's a trap. The moment you say, yeah, she tight, you can't say that. You gotta be like, yeah, you're right. She ain't really all that. You gotta lie. You gotta go along with what she wants to hear. Programmed in her mind, the answer is. If you want no garbage, guys just don't want any distraction. They don't want any sidetracking. They don't want anything going wrong. So when they say something, that's just what they mean. Of course you're going to say that, Megan. You're going to say, I never do that, and then be doing it. See, that's what women do. Oh yeah, see I'm very direct with women. I tell them exactly what's on my mind. I don't mince words, and I tell them exactly how I feel. You know what women say and what they do? You're arrogant. Now you're arrogant. Of course, I tell them what they want to hear when I think it's best. But other than that, sometimes I don't have time. Oh, thank you very much, Megan. Oh, that's the first time I ever heard somebody saying Aaron Hernandez is alive. Let me guess, he's in Cuba with Tupac, right? No, women they play crazy games. They'll put you in the room with a fine friend that they know is fine and then leave and kind of observe you to see how you act around the fine friend. That's the trap. Well, men problem is they're men. They're stupid. They take things for granted. They meet a girl in the club, they smoking weed, she smoke weed, they drink, they kicking it in the club and they pick her up, and then they get mad that she wants to go to the club, drink and smoke and do all the same things that she was doing when you met her. She's supposed to magically change. It's delusional. Like, man, my girl be going out all day drinking and smoking, man. She want to kick it all night. I'm like, dog, where did you meet her? The club? What was she doing? Drinking and smoking? But she got me now. She can just drink and smoke with me. When she met you somewhere when she was out in the public drinking and smoking. So that must meant she liked drinking and smoking in a public place. So she still want to go there. She just with you. A woman could barely know you and be suited and booted, ready to go out the door if you talking about paying. That's how bad it is nowadays. It's mad, man, it's ridiculous. I sound awoke. What's up, Maul? You here for the 3 hour of power live chat. Too much tricking going on? I believe that too. I believe that. There's a lot of tricking going on in the world. We gonna keep going till my phone explode. All men cheat. That's not true. There's a few guys out there that don't cheat. The women just choose the guys that cheat. No, it's tricking even if you got it. That's just what people who got it say to justify them tricking. Women are attracted to men that cheat. They want men they can't have. They like men. Have you noticed girls come after you a lot once you in a relationship with another girl? Women start pressing you more. Because no woman's gonna want a man that no other woman wants. It's part of a woman's psyche to compete. Women love to compete. That's why they want to wear, they get dressed up, they going to the club. You ain't even going with them. Like, what are you getting all dressed up for? They want to compete. I ain't gonna let these hoes outdo me. They all up in the club trying to get their hair done. They just spent about $300 on their hair. They makeup, everything else, trying to compete mentally against another woman they don't even know in the club. Girl, we finna shut them down. No, men are in there competing for you. I hope they ain't dressing up for no other dudes, but today's men, I don't understand. Men get all dressed up, wear all this stuff to impress women. They want you to like the 20-inch rims on the car. They want you, they got 28s. They were like, look at me. Fours and sixes. Exactly. I done warned you, nasty Nate. Ric Flair, baby, the best there is. Flair shut it down. Woo! Flair, baby. Dealing with Slicky Rick. See what I gotta fight hard every day to get? They finally took away those crazy strikes. Now I got 0 strikes, and I never have any copyright issues. No copyright guideline issues from YouTube. So now, how come I gotta go through so much red tape? Way to go, Trill City. That's Trill City. He been holding me down on Twitter. I was on here longer than that. Much longer than that. Oh man, YouTube money now? Who knows? Who knows what's going on with YouTube since they doing all these changes? Dude, I've been on YouTube since 2005. When it first came out, I had a YouTube account. You could only do 5-minute videos. Your video could only be 5 minutes long. And that was it. There wasn't no options. There wasn't any options whatsoever for anything else. I'm trying to find out who is my day one fan. The first video I ever put up is when I went with Floyd Mayweather when he fought his entrance into the ring, where I was there when he fought Baltimore. That was my first YouTube video I ever put out. And it just sat there. I had an account. I never really did nothing with it. And then when he was fighting Oscar De La Hoya, I was just doing promotion and talking about it and making videos. And it took off from there. And then we didn't know any guidelines. Google didn't buy the company yet. So once Google bought it, then it became like a business. Then you have to place ads somewhere and try to trick people into clicking on them and all this craziness. Megan, for you to come on there and say that you have big boobs and all that craziness, that right away you already looking for Mr. Wrong. Trill, you met me through the camp. I'm sleepy. Oh, a Prince story? Oh, man. We got plenty of those. Prince filmed he was filming a music video for a song that never was heard. He released one album that he had that was on the shelf for a while, for a while, called Crystal Ball. He had a whole set built, and he was filming a music video with Dominique Dawes. Dominique Dawes is this gymnast that he was like fascinated with, and he put her in the video, the most beautiful girl in the world. So Prince sits there, he's eating pralines, and he's going, "Do you know what a predator is?" He's like, no. It's like, yeah, someone who preys on something, and a predator is someone who premeditates before he does things. He thinks about it before he falls on his prey. Now, would you call an animal a predator in a negative light? And she's like, what? I'm just saying, you have to look at it. You have to look at all the variables. If an animal is called a predator, who's doing the calling? Man. Jewish men. They made up the word. Why? Because it's a reflection of who they are. That's Prince. Prince was basically trying to manipulate her and trying to lean her towards becoming a Jehovah's Witness. So he was he was nice and confusing her, getting her brain twisted, using different psychology ways. Prince was Jehovah's Witness. His father and his mother was his parents were Jehovah's Witness. They had converted over into Jehovah's Witness. And then he eventually went over and started becoming, he became more obsessed once he got rid of all the crazy stuff he used to do. Prince thing is he was at the war with the Jewish people. And that was his main battle every day, was stuff that they were doing. And he couldn't live in California. He didn't want to live there. He wanted to stay in Minneapolis because that's Prince. He had a house in L.A. that he rented. It wasn't in his name. And he did a lot of things. He just didn't want his name on it. Like charities, everything, foundations. But you're going to find out a lot. And we have just hit the 3-hour mark. Holler at your boy. Trill, Big O, the X Factor, what's up? I'm going to show you a whole bunch of stuff. Just hold on. And then we'll explain everything or the reason of why these things happen. Hold on, I got to say happy birthday. Oh, man. Okay, hold on. 1 second, fellas. See, the reason why I know so much about like the funk and Prince and Rick James, all those guys. See, this is my cousin, Patty. She was in Funkadelic with George Clinton, and she also did Rick James' hair. She used to do all their hair and all their outfits. That's my first cousin, Miss Patty Walker. And her husband was Lodge, a musician. Let me see if I can find something here. Look at all my cousins. Bears became aggressive. Now we can't walk down the street. I know how to calm that aggression. When a round go off, they're going to be like, okay, I'm done. See, this is back in the day when Rick James, there's my cousin Patty, Rick James, and my auntie. All right there. She used to do Rick James' hair. Rick James was as wild as anybody I've ever known. Yep, my auntie used to do hair, and mommy, my cousin, she used to do hair to perfection. She did everybody's hair. And she's in the group Funkadelic with George Clinton. So we got to meet all these people. All the musicians, all the band players. I mean, there was a time Rick James came in there. He was in the kitchen. He had on black leather pants with the boots to match. And he was sitting in the kitchen. He was in there. He had the braids done because Patty just did my hair. You tell Patty I said bring her ass over here and finish my hair. Yeah. I got hoes. I got a reservation I gotta make. Cause back then people had an answering machine. I know that's crazy, but people had an answering machine. And back then it was a big thing to have the auto reverse on the thing. You know, back then when the tape ran out, that was it for your answer machine. You was done after that. So back then you had to have one that do auto reverse. So Rick was, shoot, I just got me a new answer machine right now. Mine is on a reel-to-reel. Yeah, my phone ringing off the hook. Tell her to hurry her ass up and finish my hair. I gotta go. Man, I'm Rick James. Now, when Rick James eat, Rick James don't eat by himself. Rick James like, I'm hungry. Call Tootie, call Fruity, call everybody on the line. Get Jay, get Rain, get the whole band together. We going to eat. That's how Rick James eat. Rick James don't eat by himself. Rick James got to eat with 35, 40 people. It's got to be a feast. Then he would go to these spots don't exist no more. They were like lounges. It'd be a lounge. They'll fix you up something to eat, like steak and eggs. And then you can go to the other back room, and it's like a drink lounge. You can hang out. It's dark. Rick will be in there. Oh, don't worry. I'll save all that for the video. I'll save the rest of that for the video. But he fired Lodge. He had fired Lodge from the group. That was funny. He was telling Lodge, I said right now I can find another bass player to replace that mother any day of the week. He gonna cross me over Loretta. Rick was mad as hell. Rick came over there. Here's the thing. If Rick James, him and the bass player Lodge, who was married to my cousin, they live together. Rick James came over there and broke up the marriage down there. Rick James is like, man, you gonna sit there, man, I'm gonna break your marriage up. Petty, divorce that dude or I ain't dealing with you no more. That was Rick. Rick was mad. She was like, that's my husband, Rick. I can't just leave my husband. I done told you he's sleeping with Loretta. Rick went over there to tell on Lodge. Here it is. Loretta was one of the girls Rick used to hit in the band. She was a groupie. She would just be like, Rick, do anything for Rick. Rick took her to the curb one day. Oh, no, you're holding on to my leg all wrong. I want that one over there. She can come over here and hold my leg, goddammit. So, Rick got her coming over there holding on to his leg. While he laying down. He's sitting there smoking weed. He want her to just lay there right by his leg. So he fired Loretta. Basically, like, you gone. So I guess it was up to Lodge to go ahead and date, Loretta. So Lodge is like, look, Rick done kicked you to the curb. I'm going to take you. Like he done did this plenty of times before. He don't understand why Rick is so mad at him. So when they was doing the sets, they playing the music. Stop. Lodge, you Lodge. If you come in too much early again, Lodge, I'm going to knock you out. So Rick slapped him in the face during rehearsal. So Lodge left, and he was like, man, I'm leaving. I don't know what's going on with Rick. But there's a lot of stuff going on, man. Let me stop. So this was the start of Rick going bad. Rick James tried to run over two guys in his group because they was arguing over money. Man, Rick ain't paid us nothing. Rick had like this Trans Am. Rick Rick had the Trans Am. Rick came around the corner. Rick like, oh, y'all over there? Okay, good. I'm going to come over there right now. We're going to talk about this, and we're going to settle this. So they think Rick finna come over there, give him a little money so they can get back on tour. Like, no, Rick said he finna come over here and settle this. Rick saw them outside. Hey, Rick. Rick turned that Trans Am and tried to run their ass over. I'm Rick James. How dare you ask Rick James for money? You should be paying me just to be standing next to Rick James. Rick James. That was a very random statement you just made there. Exactly. The reason why I don't really talk about the Young Noble situation, because I talked about it already. When I put the video out saying that this movie is going to have the biggest lawsuits ever. I told people that John Singleton and everything about him already. I made a video saying that Tupac don't like this man. They were not friends. He uses that to fool the people, to get the public like, Tupac, I loved him. I wrote this for Tupac. Tupac, my God. Tupac this. Man, you had your chance to help Pac and you didn't. You turned your back and walked away. Tupac ashes were scattered. His mother scattered his ashes. She didn't keep them. John Singleton wanted to write a script without including information from people like Money B, people who actually knew Tupac and had experiences with him. He didn't want to do the script he wanted to do. And that was that. And that just wasn't going to work. And then when they saw some of the things he wrote, you know, things went left. I didn't see the script, so I can't say he wanted to write about Tupac being raped in jail and all of that stuff. So I'm hearing they kind of gloss over that in this film. They make it look like he was attacked in jail or someone tried to attack him in jail, but not rape. So I don't know how they finna do this movie or what they finna do. I'm just like, I'm gonna stay optimistic. I'm gonna check it out. But I said this thing is gonna have probably the most lawsuits in history. I'm quite sure that's what Young Noble said. But here's the thing. I believe Either Young Noble or Idi Amin is in the actual film. But if you listen to my video, I clearly tell you about John Singleton. John Singleton has been like that his entire life. He's always been a user, always been a weirdo. And he's one of those elitist guys too. It's got to be his way or no way. I don't eat, I snack. My phone is telling me it's time to go. Yeah, you're right. I got to change my lights. I was trying to see if I can go down to one light before I change them. So I would have changed them all at one time. I want to say thank y'all for sticking around as long as you did. I'll let y'all see this if you didn't see it already. Carcino and Forrest Whitaker. He's trying to save the rebellion, save the dream. I'm the Sith Lord. I'm the dark side. Hey, my teeth white too. I don't know what you talking about. See, I joined the Sith. Let me know if you know who that is. You was here in the chat before. We've done this before. There you go, Dick Dickerson. You was here before. Ray Park, a.k.a. Darth Maul. And I told him I could take him. Ba-bam. Ba-ba-ba-bam. Lando Calrissian. Hey, how you doing there, sexy lady? The lady killer, Bailey D. Williams. Get your Colt 45. Ain't nothing like it. Awesomeness! Well, anyway, I'm out here. I'll hit you up later.